All right, be honest for a second here. How many thousands of dead, completely unresponsive leads are just sitting in your CRM right now, literally gathering digital dust? If you're like most mortgage and real estate professionals, that number is staggering. You spent time, you spent money generating those leads, and now they do absolutely nothing. But what if technology could sift through that massive haystack and hand you only the people who actually want to talk today? Welcome to our latest explainer. Today we're breaking down the AI Dialer Campaign Playbook by Trace Miller. This playbook is a literal masterclass in using AI voice technology not to replace human connection, but to spark it.
Okay, let's dive into this. We've got 5 main areas to hit today. First up, AI as leverage, not a replacement. 2, dialing for purposes, not just blasting databases. 3, reactivating past and old leads. 4, maximizing open houses and FSBOs. And 5, mastering the human handoff. Think of this explainer as your no-fluff guide to waking up old leads without losing that essential personal touch.
Section 1. AI is leverage, not a replacement. Listen, there's this massive fear floating around the industry that AI is coming for the loan officer's job. But we're going to flip that paradigm right now. AI doesn't replace you. It's actually the ultimate tool for leverage, helping you pinpoint the exact people who are, actually worth talking to today.
We've got to bust this biggest mental hurdle right out of the gate. The myth? Consumers will just instantly hang up on an AI or totally refuse to engage. But fact? People interact with automated systems every single day. We book flights, we refill prescriptions, schedule oil changes, check our bank accounts, you name it. Consumers are totally accustomed to tech kicking off a transaction. The real issue isn't the AI itself, it's just whether the experience you're providing is actually useful, transparent, and respectful of their time.
I really want you to let this sink in for a second. The real magic isn't making more calls. It's finding more reasons to have meaningful conversations. I mean, AI gives you incredible scale, sure, but volume without purpose is honestly just noise. At the end of the day, relationships are still what create business in this industry. Technology just gives you the leverage to spark those relationships way before your competition even wakes up. So, let's put this into practice right now. Before you go out and drop another diamond generating brand new leads, look inward. Start with a database you already own or have permission to contact. Identify your 3 largest lists, estimate the contact size, figure out one crystal clear, valuable reason to contact them, and then choose just one for your first small campaign. Just one. Section 2, dial purposes, not just databases. Let's move to and see how this builds on our first point. You've picked your database, right? But you absolutely cannot just hit go and blast everyone with the exact same script. You should never, ever dial a database. You have to dial a purpose. And this brilliantly illustrates the exact structured workflow you need. You don't just jump from raw data to a phone call. First, collect the database. Then, clean it. Get rid of those duplicates and bad records. Next is the absolutely crucial step, segmented based on shared traits. Only then do you build a targeted campaign. That structured flow right there, that's how you turn a massive, overwhelming spreadsheet into a warm, two-way conversation that actually drives results. It really forces us to stop and ask a critical question. Who do we already know? Seriously, think about it. It's totally human nature in sales to constantly chase that shiny new lead, but you likely have thousands of people you've already crossed paths with, just sitting there, totally untouched. Just think about the hidden gold mine sitting right under your nose. Past clients, aging Zillow leads, unfinished applications, people who'd paused their search 6 months ago. You can't just cold call these folks and ask, hey, are you interested in a mortgage? No way. You've got to shift your mindset. You design the campaign around a specific opportunity for that specific group. Like for an old purchase lead, the AI might just naturally ask, hey, are you still considering buying a home? Boom. Simple, relevant, and highly effective. Now here is where a lot of professionals get it totally backwards. The myth is that your AI voice agent needs to sound exactly like some 20-year veteran loan officer and basically close the deal right there on the phone. Absolutely not true. Actually, scratch that, it's more like a filter. A short, successful AI call built around one clear objective is infinitely better than a long, flashy one that tries to do 10 different things. The strongest AI simply identifies interest and gracefully creates the handoff. Okay, here are your tactical marching orders for this phase. Export that database, scrub out the obvious duplicates, and segment those contacts by their original source. Then, pick one highly specific reason to reconnect with that exact segment. That's how you turn a static list into a living, breathing pipeline.
Moving into Section 3, reactivating past and old leads. Now we're getting to a really fascinating part of the playbook, handling internet leads and past clients. You know, in this business, successful follow-up is very rarely about aggressive persistence. More often than not, it is entirely about timing. We've all done this, looked at a 2-year-old internet lead and assumed, yep, completely dead. But here's the reality. Circumstances change constantly. In 2 years, that person's income might have jumped up, their credit could be repaired, or maybe their family size grew. The original inquiry might be old news, but that consumer may still desperately need a home and your professional guidance. They are a prime future opportunity. They literally just lacked consistent follow-up. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how this communication journey evolves. You start with the old lead, cold, unresponsive, totally disconnected. But with a gentle AI outreach, you spark a new conversation. You find out what their current need is today, which suddenly blossoms into a brand new opportunity. The AI isn't doing some hard sell. It's gracefully navigating them from past ignorance right back into a realm of possibility and a real dialogue.
This applies beautifully to past clients as well, especially the ones sitting on a pile of built-up home equity. But remember this golden rule: don't sell the HELOC. Find the problem the homeowner is trying to solve. Your AI campaign should never lead with pitching a loan product. Lead with their potential needs. Maybe it's education costs, debt consolidation, or a major kitchen remodel. You're simply asking if reviewing their options would be helpful right now. All right, Section 4, maximizing open houses and FSBOs. Let's shift gears to active real estate environments. Because AI isn't just for those dusty old CRM records, it's an incredible tool for supporting your realtor partners right now out in the field to capture unique local opportunities. There's this massive misconception out there that every for sale by owner wants to entirely avoid all real estate professionals like the plague. Not true. The fact is, many of them simply want control over the sale to save a few bucks, but they still highly value specific professional services. If you aggressively pitch them a listing, yeah, they're going to shut you down. But if you offer a genuinely useful resource, you start a respectful conversation. And the journey to offering that value doesn't start by kicking the door in. You start by identifying their true needs. Maybe it's buyer financing resources or an open house playbook. By leading with help before asking for the opportunity, you help them recognize the value of your professional experience. An AI campaign can actually identify which of these homeowners are open to that assistance, filtering out all the noise for you and your realtor partners. And you know the exact same goes for open houses. A packed sign-in sheet means absolutely nothing if nobody follows up. So your action plan here is to build a repeatable system. Figure out your value proposition, create a resource, map out a respectful AI script, and define crystal clear follow-up paths for both the lender and the realtor based on what that visitor tells the AI. Which brings us to Section 5, mastering the human handoff. This is the final and, without a doubt, the most crucial phase of this entire explainer. Because look, AI can open the door brilliantly, but a human still has to actually walk through it. Please do not fall for the trap of thinking the system just handles everything end to end. If you don't have disciplined human follow-up, all your sophisticated automation is going to do is generate a highly organized list of missed opportunities. Never automate confusion. Strategy always comes first, and human follow-up is what actually converts that AI-generated opportunity into a real, breathing relationship. So, the crucial point is that the absolute center of this entire human network is your CRM. The most valuable moment in any AI campaign is the handoff itself. When a prospect says, "Yes, I'm interested," speed is everything. An interested consumer who has to wait 3 days for a human response simply won't be interested anymore. When that CRM alert hits your desk, it needs to instantly provide exactly this: who they are, why the AI called them, exactly what they said, what they want, their level of interest, and what your immediate next action should be. The loan officer shouldn't have to start discovery all over again from scratch. The best handoff feels like the seamless, natural continuation of a single conversation. And that leaves us with this final powerful thought straight from the playbook. AI creates leverage. You create the relationship.
Don't wait around trying to build the perfect, massive, flawless machine. Pick one small database, define one clear objective, and launch your first campaign. Let the technology handle the heavy lifting of finding the interest so you can focus entirely on what you do best, solving problems, building trust, and creating real human connections. So I'll leave you with this. What database are you going to load into your first campaign today?